For today's task a day, we're going to create a slide deck called My Playground for Level 1. So I'm going to start in Google Drive. I'm going to come up to New and Google Slides. And first, we're going to title the presentation My Playground for Level 1. Second, we're going to use WordArt to put a title on the first page. Come up to Insert and WordArt and give your presentation a title. Text boxes tend to get in the way, so I'm going to highlight and delete those. And I want to make sure that my title is centered on the page, and I do that by clicking on it and dragging that around until I find those red lines that pop up. So once I see my vertical and horizontal red line, I know that my title is centered directly in the middle of that slide. I want to add 3 more slides, so I come up to my plus sign, add 3 more. On slide 2, I want to insert an image of my favorite Google tool. So I'm going to come up to Insert and Image. I want to search the web or Google Slides. I'm just going to put that Google Slides icon on slide 2. Again, this gets a little bit in the way, so I'm going to delete that title and put my picture over here on the slide. I can adjust the size of my text boxes however I see fit. And in one of those text boxes, I'm going to add some text just to describe how I might use Google Slides in my classroom. A couple of ideas there. On slide 3, we want to insert a YouTube video about Google Sheet Basics. So similar to the picture, we're going to come up to Insert, except this time we're going to choose Video. If I had a URL, I could insert the URL here, but I don't, so I'm going to search YouTube, and I'm just going to type in Google Sheet Basics. And scroll through a number of them that come up. This one looks to be the one I want, so I'm going to select that, and it will insert right onto slide 3. Again, text boxes tend to get in the way, so I'm going to delete those out of the way, and you can adjust the size and center this on the page if you'd like as well. So I'm waiting for those 2 red lines. There we are. Last but not least, on slide 4, I'm going to insert a couple of shapes. So I know all I want is shapes, so I'm going to delete those text boxes again. My shapes button is up top, and I want an arrow. So I select arrow, nothing really happens until I drag and drop and put the arrow on my page. The second shape that I'm going to put in here is, let's say, a smiley face. Same thing, I can drag that to make my smiley face. I can adjust the angle of these, so I'm going to take my arrow and I'm going to rotate that arrow to point directly at the shape. I'm also going to add some text to the arrow, so I can double click inside there, and I'm going to add here, pointing directly to my smiley face. A couple other things you can do inside with that text is you can adjust the size of the text. You can also adjust the font, make it a little bit more readable. I can, if I exit out of my format options, I start to get more of my familiar tools back. I can center this on the arrow. I can move it to the top or bottom. I can adjust some colors if I'd like. It's all about readability and how you want that to look for your students. So I want my text to be white. So my smiley face here, I don't really want to be just a smiley face. I'm going to insert a hyperlink to our school website. So first I'm going to search for our school website. And once I have that school site, I'm going to copy the URL up top, come back to my slides, click on my smiley face, and I'm going to use the insert link tool to paste in the URL of our school website. So hit apply, and you'll know that that's going to the right spot when you get a little snippet of that website that pops up down at the bottom. Last but not least, your bonus. And when I click off, it looks like it goes away. In order to get to that hyperlink, you have to click back on that shape. So last but not least, that bonus is to move your slide deck to your Google Level 1 practice folder that we made back on the 15th of May. So to do that from the presentation itself, you're going to come up to the folder icon up top by the title. You're going to scroll down and find your Google Level 1 practice, click into that folder, and save that in your practice folder.